You can chat with Ryan.
Okay, good evening, everyone. From Jason's Basement, welcome to Let's Grow Polling.
BeerMoneyPulling.com.
On BeerMoneyPolling.com and all our friends on YouTube right now. Jason, once again, is at his son's JV football game tonight down in Platteville, Wisconsin. And so me and Brandon will be doing the show again live from Jason's basement. His upstairs studio still work in progress, and we have a great show lined up for you. We have Joey James. Him and Jason got to talk earlier today, and has a big announcement for him and his partnership with the Beer Money Polling Team and with Let's Grow Polling, as well as we do have an update on the hybrid Redneck Rally Jason put together for that, and I believe he also has from last weekend down in Unionville, a big weekend for the Remedy and the Western Series and the Badger State Tractor Pullers, and Anna Thomas from the Midwest Truck and Tractor Pullers. What's her title again?
President of the Board of Directors.
So she'll be joining us. They're a local group from southeast Wisconsin. And then they put on events in northern Illinois as well. So she'll be joining us a little bit later this hour. So how was your weekend, Brandon? Before we get things going.
Well, I worked 11 hours on Saturday, so I don't remember much
and then
of
you went
yesterday.
down to Platteville, too.
Yeah, I worked 11 hours, and I went down to Platteville Dairy Days, which is a huge pull down there, and great people. It's a track that goes downhill. I mean, the tractors were hitting 30-plus mile an hour. Good time, good food. Wisconsin fried cheese curds, as most good events have.
Yeah, it's always weird going down out of state, going to a county fair and not seeing cheese curds.
Cheese curds. They had cheese curds and cream puffs, which are the Wisconsin staples. And if they have those,
well, it is Dairy Days, so I mean, you got to have that.
If they have those two things, I'm a pretty happy guy, regardless of what the poll looks like. So
we'll get into this. Jason's gonna be talking with Joey James. If anyone that did make it up into the rainy churning dirt or was churning mud this year, he came up all the way from Texas and put on a show in the show barn here at the Richland County Fairgrounds. And again, here's Jason Schultz and Joey James.
Tell us, who is Joey James? How did you get to where you are today? And, what is your passion that's driving this move into the country music business?
Yeah, Joey James, a hardworking guy. Grew up on a farm, family farm. So we, as kids, we were working right by the side of my pops and milking cows, feeding cows, driving the tractors. And, then I joined the military when I was younger and learned a lot. Got to see a lot of neat places, meet a lot of great new friends, and got out and did construction. And so, that's the stories of life that I write about, and it's been a wonderful journey to this point. It's been hard, but like I tell everybody, if it wasn't hard, it's not meant to be. If you're not having to work for your dream, then you wouldn't appreciate it at the end. So
you have to hustle a little bit. I like to hustle in life. It keeps everybody energized and keeps you going. So when did you decide that you wanted to get into country music and be a singer and a performer and a superstar?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It didn't happen till later, actually, while I was serving in the Navy. I'd say probably around 2003, me and a buddy in there joined a talent contest, and he had kept saying, "Man, you can sing, you can sing." I'm like, "Man, I've never had a voice lesson. I've always written. I've always been a writer." So I was like, "Hey, I wrote some lyrics. I think that would work." And he was a fabulous keyboardist, so he's like, "Let's join this contest. We can do well." And we did. We won the talent contest, and at that point on, I decided, karaoke was becoming big at that time, so I was like, okay, to get over, if I had a fear of being in front of crowds, which I don't think I ever did, I'd get in front of the karaoke and sing, and then I won a couple karaoke contests, and it went from there. When I got out of the military, I took a 2-year stint where I wasn't doing anything with music, but then I came back. I started working with a cousin. We started doing competitions. So we won a couple big competitions, and from that point on, I formed a band. We were actually called Joey James and the Massey Fergusons, at first, and that shows my love for the the tractors and the farming and all that. But the Marquis kept putting Joey James in the MFs because Matthew Ferguson was too long. So I was like, that's not going to work. I just can't do that anymore. So we became the Joey James band, and from that point on, it's just grown. And really proud of myself for pushing it to limits. There's been hiccups. There's always going to be hiccups. There's tough roads that you face in like any dream that you're following. So, but I think I got my head on straight, and I'm, ready to keep plugging away. This year has been phenomenal. I'm waiting for 2017 to be the best year that I've had yet. So
that's funny that you mentioned the Massey Ferguson thing in the MF. We do that, beer money pulling team. We like to ride that line on social media. And then one day we did a theme, and it was MF Day and Massey Ferguson, and we had a lot of fun with that. Because some people see MF and like, oh, what are they saying? And we're just saying Massey Ferguson. What are you getting all excited about? But then at the other side of it, I'm just giggling is all that I can. Hey, so let's where can people find you on the internet, Facebook? What are all your social media? How do people find Joey James?
So really the easiest, and this is what I'm trying to drive people towards, is I just had this dynamic website put together from by a friend of mine, and it's joeyjamesband.com. And really from there, you can link up to any of my social media sites from that point on. And my new single, Drinking Here, you can find on iTunes and Amazon Music. I think iTunes is something, a little easier, user-friendly for people is what I've been told. So, but it's on Amazon Music too. It's just under Drinking Here or Joey James Drinking Here. And, so that's what I'd recommend is them to reach my website and check all that out. I'd love for fans to get on that mailing list, because that mailing list, we're doing a free download of one of my other songs called You Still Got My Back. So if they get on my mailing list, they get that download free. No,
that's cool. And I think that's one thing. I love your song Drinking Here. I listen to it every day, and I've been trying to share it out on social media. And that the demo that they have on there, and then the last spot, it says, "And I've shot a wild turkey," and then I have that in my head all the time, Joey. I just love it. It's a great phenomenal song, dude. And I think once people hear it, they're going to download it and they're going to love it. And we're going to have a lot of Drinking Here songs. And truck and tractor pulls and motorsports in general, that's fans that go to that. And even us, people who have pulling tractors or race cars or whatever, that's the whole part of everything is we don't win enough money to pay for these things, but we get there with our friends, we have a good time. And after the event's over, we sit at the trailer and our friends come by and we have a good time. So that's what I really enjoy about all that. So it's all good. That's what that's what's great about those events is they're usually family friendly, and afterwards, you can tell the kids to go play, and you can put down a couple brewskis and BS with your buddies. It's something that I think that's like something America needs to go back to, is those type of events, because I remember when I was younger, my dad was pulling, and we're from Oregon, and he always pulled at an event called the Sublimity Harvest Fest, and it was exciting to always go watch him. And he did really well. He won first place, I think, 4 consecutive years in his class, and he had a big 1961 John Deere R, and that sucker was powerful. And so it was pretty neat to watch him pull those dead weights, and to me, it's a passion of mine to take my music to another level and to be able to share it with that group. It's been an opportunity that I'm thankful that you approached me with, and it means a lot to me. Well, when we met you, it was easy. You came up to Churn and Dirt to our event, and we got rained out for the tractor pull, but we still, you still played for us Saturday night. We met you, and we could see your passion, and I met you, and I'm usually a good read on people, and I decided that hey, I think there's a lot of, we can help each other out a lot, and it just makes a lot of sense. And with your new single, Drinking Here, it just makes sense to kind of team up with the Beer Money Pulling team, and let's help each other out. Because in general, we're trying to get more fans in the stands. I'm trying, and you want to get more people listen to your music, download your songs, and why not work together? And I just think it's a natural fit, and that's why I'm excited about working with you, because it's going to be cool for us to say, hey, we got our own band, you're going to be on stage saying, hey, we're the official band of the Beer Money Pulling Team, and I'm going to be saying, hey, check out Joey James and Drinking Here and his new single and different things like that. So it's just a natural fit for us, Joey, and I'm really excited about it. And where can people find you? Like, what are some festivals or shows coming up in the next, say, 2 or 3 months?
Yeah, so it's really exciting here. Actually, tomorrow I'm leaving to my home state of Oregon to shoot my new music video for the song Drinking Here. And we'll be shooting for 3 days, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. And that's going to be really exciting. Can't wait for people to see what we have in store for them. I think the video is going to turn out great. That's going to give people a visual and lead more people to that song. And then here mid-September and the end of September, I got the Tennessee State Fair, the Georgia State Fair, and then in October I'm doing a bunch of local smaller gigs, wineries and breweries and everything. And then there in November we're hitting Galveston, Texas, and that's the Lone Star Rally. It's the biggest biker rally in North America. And then we got the Greater Gulf State Fair on November 5th in Mobile, Alabama. And then November 11th on Veterans Day, which is really special to me being a veteran, we got the North Florida State Fair, which is in Tallahassee, Florida. So we're going to be pushing some miles, but I'm really excited about it. The exposure is what I'm looking for, and getting to meet new fans.
Well, and I think once they meet you and they hear you, it's just going to, it'll take off for you. And that's what you got to be sure to let us know where you're going to be so we can send people out to see you. And then they can hopefully say, hey, we're here because of the Beer Money Pulling Team, and, we want to listen to you. And I really think we can work together on this, Joey. I know it's going to work well. We just got to help each other out. Let each other know where we're going.
I believe so, too.
Yep.
I believe so, too. I have a lot of things in the works. We are definitely going to do something for your fans on my website. There's going to be a code that I'm going to give you here in the next, I think it'd be set up in a week, and I think your fans would really enjoy what I have in store for them. We got a lot of new merch coming up, and so there's a lot in store that way, and we're going to be shooting some live video feeds for you guys, and I'll make sure everybody knows how passionate I am about your guys' polling too, because we were kind of bummed out that it rained out on that churning dirt, but Mother Nature, she gets to decide how that goes. So, but my guys were really excited about seeing the polls. I was like, well, you'll get the opportunity.
Yeah, so. we won't last them. So, and I think if you're a promoter, and a lot of people listen to our podcasts and watch our show with, our pullers and their fans and their promoters as well. I think music and pulling go together. And if you want to have Joey come to your event and play, he'll work with you. You can reach him through his website and different things like that. And that's how we met Joey. And that's why I'm excited to partner with you and move country music and the Beer Money Pulling Team into that next level. We're trying to take Beer Money Pulling Team to the next level. We're looking at buying a monster truck, Joey. I've told you that a little bit, and kind of creating like a Beer Money Motorsports where we're going to have a monster truck maybe going one way and the pulling tractor going another way, and, looking for some corporate sponsorship stuff. And I know you're doing the same stuff, and I think we can continue to work together. I just want to put more fans in the stands. And as a kid growing up, Joey, there was always a monster truck and a truck and tractor pull. And as a little kid, unless my dad had a pulling tractor, the monster truck was the coolest thing for me there. But then ultimately I fell in love with the sport of truck and tractor pulling. And I think I want to, I talk about Let's Grow Pulling all the time on my shows, and I really, really want to get monster trucks, or I call them stunts or gimmicks, and that's not maybe the right word to use that, but something other than pulling to maybe get new fans to the truck and tractor pull. And I think monster trucks is a good way to do that. And that's kind of where I'm willing to put a little skin in the game on my own and make something like that happen. And that's what I think partnering with you, again, with the Joey James Band, and just your single, your first single coming out, your big one, Drinking Here, it just kind of matches the Beer Money Pulling Team, what the party, what the fun, what it's all about. To go to these events in the summer and all year round. It's relax a little bit. Let's have a good time. I've had a rough week at work, and let's relax a little bit. And that's where I'm glad about. And I just think when people meet you, Joey, that's when it's going to be done. You know what I mean? Because they can listen to us, you and I talk and blah blah blah. But when you're so personable and you're easy, you're a good dude, and there are not many like genuine good dudes left and good people left. Maybe they are. Maybe I just haven't met them all. But I think we all get caught up in maybe ourselves sometimes, and we're bigger than what we really are. I think at the end of the day, You're doing what you love, and if you can make a living doing that, God bless you. And then that's why I'm willing to say, hey, I want to partner my beer money pulling team with the Joey James Band, and let's see what we can do for him, and let's just see what happens.
Yeah, and I took where all that comes from is I took a lot of life lessons from my grandpa before he had ever passed. I was one of them kids that would sit cross-legged, listen to one of his stories, every time, and it meant a lot to me. And he always told me that if I was going to follow any dream of mine, that you help other people along the way, and that's what I've been doing along the way. Every show that I do, there's some kind of foundation or charity or even one person that I'm raising money for. Every event that I've ever done has always had a purpose to it. So
cool.
It's every song that I do, even if it's a cover song, it has a purpose to it. Everything that I'm seeing in this world, we need to help each other more, and that's been I get a little emotional on it because that's what I'm seeing that is wrong right now is we're not helping each other out enough, and not being good old country folk and and lending neighbors a hand and everything. So it's my goal to spread that message as I'm going along, and I love meeting new folks. I love playing new places. I love being in the spotlight, and because I'm able to spread that message. I love shaking people's hands afterwards. That's something that a lot of artists forget. They forget their fans are the ones that make them, and they forget to appreciate their fans. And that's something that I promise I'll never die from this old boy. I love shaking hands.
No, and you're good at it. So hey, before we wrap this up, let's do one last plug for what is your website again, and where can people download your new single Drinking Here?
Yeah, so joeyjamesband.com is my website, and please get on my emailing list. It only takes a minute, and you'll be getting special offers in the future and special codes if you're on there. So, it'll be awesome. And then you can download my music on iTunes or Amazon Music. Those are the two stores that I like to go with, and it'd be under Drinking Here and Joey James. So looking pretty excited about the future, and we got some new merch coming up. Just got wristbands in today, so we plan on doing some bundling for my fans too. So
Sweet.
We look forward to all that.
Sweet. Well, Joey, thanks for taking a couple minutes with us today, and good luck with everything in the future. And we look forward to continue to help Joey James Band grow with the Beer Money Polling Team and our cross promotions. And good luck in the future. And you keep your passion going. You're going to be very successful.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate everything you guys do, and I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do here in the future, because I see great things for you guys too.
Awesome. Thanks, Joey. Talk to you later, buddy.
You have a good one.
All right, that was Jason talking with Jesse James. Joey James, yes. I don't know why I always get Jesse James stuck in my head. But from the Joey James Band, if you had a chance to check him out up here at Churn and Dirt, came out and played in the rain. And looking forward to some great music from him. And as we hear...
we'll try anything. So we're doing some cross-promoting with a bunch of different people. Between Jason and I, we have about a million ideas in our head, different things to do. It's just a matter of time.
Still gotta implement them, and the time
I have a real job, you know. So
unlike some other people on this show,
the
main person.
That's all right. It says right there, JOB. I don't know what that stands for. So we're picking on Jason a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
so we did hear from him, and
the internet seems to work fine when he's not here, and I'm not sure what. I don't know if he's got a metal plate in his head or something that causes
Uncle
it
Eddie
to mess
here.
up. But it's working fine for us. So
yeah, no, we haven't had any issues. The
no
two
issues
times
at
that
all.
we've taken over the show.
Fine. We said hi to Chuck. We
Yeah.
got people watching in Russia and the UK, and
Yeah, I mean,
so
I don't know, that must be just a sign that.
yeah.
So, but we have another conversation here Jason put together. He's going to show the winning run that Brent Gaffney had driving the Remedy and the Western Series event down in Unionville, Missouri last Friday night. And then
he didn't just win; he won by 12 feet.
Yes, I should put that out. There was 26 tractors and 25 made it down the track, and it almost looked like the pole wasn't going to get in. We had a band of showers. Of course, anyone up in the upper Midwest know it was a pretty rainy week last week, and most of the poles up in Wisconsin, besides Platteville, that got in, were pretty much canceled. And we had a band come through. They were the first tractor in the class before the rain moved in. So then they reset everything. They redid up the track, and then they pulled last and was last tractor down the track. It was a great track down there in Unionville after the rain, and Brent drove it. It was pretty much a perfect pass. We'll see how good this video is. It looks like a cell phone video. But
yeah, it's a fan sent this in.
Yep. So this is Jason Schultz. Again, he's going to be showing the winning run from down in Unionville, Missouri, and I believe talking about the upcoming hybrid Redneck Rally.
October 8th at the Richland Center Fairgrounds, we are releasing the monsters. 4 earth-shaking monster trucks, snowmobile grass drags, dirt-churning ATVs, dirt bike drags, plus kids pedal push, mud trucks, UTV, and tough truck racing, and the grandstand favorites, big diesel truck and tractor pulling. Visit hybridredneck.com.
All right, Richland Center, Wisconsin, October 8th, hybrid Redneck Rally. You see there's a picture of our motorcycle burnout contest brought to you by S&S Performance. There's some of our mud trucks. We have a mud bog that day, 4 different classes. Visit the website for all the classes. You're going to look for Tom Frost. There's our ATV drags, side-by-side drag racing for 500 feet. We do ATVs and dirt bikes on that track. There's your snowmobile grass drags. They race for 500 feet, 4 wide. Some of the sleds will be reaching 100 miles per hour. The kids pedal pull starts at noon that day. Free admission for all kids 12 and under, no cost to do the pedal pull. There's another picture of our motorcycle burnout contest. We basically, there's a guy with a moped. That's Shannon Nelson there. He likes to burn out. We are bringing in the big bad boys of the mud racing, the pro, mod, and the open classes, 1 p.m. on Saturday, October 8th. Here's a nice picture of the pits, of all the pullers parked in the pits. That looks like from one of our last events. Helicopter rides that day. There is an additional charge for the helicopter rides, but it's a great way to see Richland, beautiful Richland County, and for the kids to enjoy that. Tough Trucks UTV, we'll be beginning those at 1 p.m. as well. Looking for some amateurs and locals, and professionals to come on out. Dirt bike drags are over there with the ATV drags on the south side of the road. Checking everything out there. 4-wheel drive super stock trucks. We're going to run an open stock 485 and a 530 super stock class. So if you have a gas truck, you're bringing it out that day. Another picture of Mike Labakken with the Taz. He is one of our big open and pro mud racers. So many things happen at the fairgrounds. Mini rods will be there. Tri-County mini rods, I believe they're going to start around 2 p.m. Just so many great things happening at the Redneck Rally. St. Joseph Equipment, one of our great sponsors of the event. They provide all the skid steers and jibs and everything like that to make it happen. We're bringing in 4 monster trucks this year. This is the Venom truck out of Quincy, Illinois. One of the trucks are going to be doing racing, donuts, kids pedal pull again. The monster trucks will be doing a meet and greet from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Just going to be a great event. The Thunder truck does awesome cyclones, part of his freestyle. He's out of Minnesota. These are some of the national tractor pulling legend tractors. This looks like the Terrace Land tractor. Could be making a couple exhibition passes at the Redneck Rally. American Mini Pullers will start at 11 a.m. with the garden tractors, and they run awesome. Whole bunch of classes of them. There's some more pictures there. It looks like these pictures were from Hillsboro, Wisconsin earlier this year. Another great picture of one of our local mud racers, that would be Tim and Scott Oman. There's the Bossy Project, the first 4-engine modified tractor ever. He'll be making 2 exhibition passes in Richland Center. That's Mike Ott. This would be Mark Thomford, the Addiction truck. This will be a limited pro stock diesel truck, 3.0. Want to highlight Mark because his business, Midwest Forms, is donating $2,500 to the purse. Another picture of one of our open classes, our mod mud racers. Another great picture of some of the garden tractors that will be appearing at Richland Center, Wisconsin on Saturday, October 8th. Again, the website is all. Here's the logo for the Legend Series, guys. Kevin Dick is organizing that. He's bringing up some of his pullers. His tractor's coming up next here, the Spirit of 76. So we're going to see some classic tractors that have been rebuilt and put back together and to put on a couple exhibition for us as well. there again, the mud, the big bad boys of mud will be starting October 8th. Scott Olson, the 1206 Tough Sled and 4.1 Limited Pro. We're gonna have a huge shootout for the light pro Limited Pro tractor, $6,000 purse. There's the mechanical Mischief monster truck, one of the 4 monster trucks that will be appearing at the Hybrid Redneck Rally. There, of course, is the Remedy of the Beer Money Pulling Team. We'll be competing in the Limited Pro Light Pro shootout. That's going to be a lot of fun. Here's another great picture of the tractor, the Remedy. This had been in Baraboo, Wisconsin earlier this year at the Sauk County Fair. Again, Venom, one of the monster trucks that will be appearing. They're going to be doing freestyle racing, cyclones, and wheelie contests. We'll be breaking up throughout the day. Here's one of the Pro Stock diesel trucks that'll be there that day. They call it the 3.6 class now. That picture was taken up in Baraboo. By Brandon Johnson. Here's Rat Nasty, one of the big monster trucks coming out to the fairgrounds. Again, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., like a meet and greet right in front of the grandstands, get autographs. There's Josh Stahl's truck, Thicker in Blood, in the Pro Stock Diesel truck class. So we're going to have the limited Pro Stock Diesel trucks as well as the big boys, the 3.6 trucks. So there is Mark Thomford's truck again. He owns Midwest Forms and Supplies, and he stepped up with an awesome sponsorship of $2,500 to make the shootout class where they're going to qualify, and then they're going to take on another chance to build it up and for the finals and the consolation for that big prize. Just a nice advertisement there, October 8th, Richland Center, Wisconsin. Again, the website, guys, has everything you need, hybridredneck.com. Another picture of Mark's truck. This was pulling up in Mackville, Wisconsin earlier this year. Saturday, October 8th, Richland Center, Wisconsin, 11 a.m. Just a picture I threw together, a collage of all the different things going on. $10 admission, kids 12 and under free. You won't believe all the great things you can see for only $10 at the fairgrounds in Richland Center, Wisconsin, Saturday, October 8th. Snowmobile grass drags, ATV drags, dirt bike drag racing, the mud bog, the fast track, the truck and tractor pulling, all the great things. The 4 monster trucks is really going to highlight the event. The motorcycle burnout contest. Check everything out. Again, hybridredneck.com. That's our website. All the events are begin at 11 a.m. And we have classes for the snowmobiles, the ATVs, everything. There's classes for amateurs, for locals. All I really need is a tether. Another one of our monster trucks that'll be there. There's an overall view of the fairgrounds for our Motorsports Mayhem event. We're hoping to have 5,000 to 6,000 people again. We got plenty of room for everybody. Come and check it out. Worley Custom and Fab, they're sponsoring the Outlaw Diesel Truck class, which is for the street diesel pickups. So, and again, I want to thank Mark Thomford for his sponsorship of the 3.0 Limited Pro Stock Diesel class. So see you everybody in Richland Center.
October 8th at the Richland Center Fairgrounds, we are releasing the monsters, 4 earth-shaking monster trucks, snowmobile grass drags, dirt churning ATVs, dirt bike drags, plus kids pedal push, mud trucks, UTV, and tough truck racing, and the grandstand favorites, big diesel truck and tractor pulling. Visit hybridredneck.com.
Okay, that was Jason Schultz. They're doing a preview for the upcoming Hybrid Redneck Rally. That's coming up August 8th at the Richland County Fairgrounds. That will be the conclusion of the 2016 events for the 4 seasons of fun and beer money pulling team. A somewhat semi-successful year. Churning dirt. It got rained out. It was turned into churning mud this year, but hopefully the weather will be great. And of course, we're going to show some pictures. It was a muddy weekend. We had our Richland County Fair, and the weather was not kind this year to the Richland County Fair, and we'll have some pictures of that. And of course, we have Anna Thomas coming up here. Brandon's going to chat with her for a couple minutes, and we'll get that set up. She's with the Midwest Truck and Tractor Pullers. There you go, Brandon. And so we'll get that all set up.
It's a little fuzzy.
It's a little fuzzy.
Feedback.
Okay. So as we get this figured out here, let's see. Can you hear anything now? No.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So Brandon's gonna maybe. Okay, so let's just pot up Anna here. And is she on the phone right now?
No.
Not yet.
So it'll
Maybe
play,
that's why.
I'll be able to talk through the mic into my phone.
Oh, that's why we're getting feedback. Because you have it on.
I don't have her. I haven't called her yet.
Yeah,
so.
no, you'll be able to hear her. Turn off the
All right.
the speaker on your phone.
All right.
Because you should be able to hear it ringing.
Yeah.
There.
There
Yeah.
you go.
That's why we're getting feedback. So again, this will be Anna Thomas. Brandon, she's with the president.
Can you turn this down?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Anna Thomas.
Hey, Brandon.
We're gonna talk a little bit about what Outlaw Diesel is, but first,
Okay.
who is Anna Thomas?
Am I live right
That's
now?
what.
or
Yeah,
what?
that's what Jason always asks people. Who is Anna Thomas? You're the president of the board of directors.
Well, I just gave myself the title coordinator because I do many different types of things in our organization. I handle most of the events and memberships and trying to keep everyone in line and all that fun stuff.
How long have you been involved in polling? I know your dad has been involved since
Yeah,
the beginning of
probably my whole
time.
life. Yeah, my dad, Dennis Thomas, has been involved in tractor pulling ever since he was 16 years old, and that used to be our family vacations with the tractor and truck pulls, and I got more involved within the organization and stuff about 3 years ago.
When did you start Midwest Truck and Tractor Pullers?
I'm guessing maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Well, we used to run with a couple different other organizations. We first started out as Power Pullers of Wisconsin, and then ran with Pullers Inc. for a little while, and then broke off on our own and started Midwest Tractor and Truck Pullers.
Now I've only made it to one of your events this year, and it was a great time down in East Troy for the Lions Club. I'm definitely gonna hit a few polls next year. We want to talk about the Outlaw class because that's what we're having at Hybrid Redneck Rally. How did the Outlaw class start?
The Outlaw class actually started last year when we had a bunch of guys that were being DQ'd constantly from our street diesel class because their turbos were too big for the class, or their trucks were just modified where they weren't fitting the rules. And so in order to keep guys interested in pulling and stuff, we had created the Outlaw class. And last year, I think we had maybe 2 events where we tried it out, and we had maybe 2 or 3 trucks show up. This year, it obviously gained a lot of popularity, and right now we have 5 paid members in the class, and usually average around 10 to 15 trucks per event.
I know it's hard to keep the diesel guys happy sometimes, and this is kind of a class where you don't want to hear no complaining. It's just run what you brung.
Right. Yeah. There's basically this class is by far the greatest to work with because you don't have to worry about the cheaters or anything like that.
It's explain to people that it still has to be street licensed and insured. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, we basically kind of modified the street diesel rules a little bit to help with that, and have been working with the guys in the class. Pete Chivy is one of them to help just set up some general basic rules for that class.
You have one event left with Midwest Truck and Tractor Pullers, right? Racine County?
Yep, that would be on Friday. It's for Fall Harvest Days, and it's on the 16th, and it starts at 6 o'clock p.m.
What classes are you pulling down there?
We actually have 3 of our new classes that we just started this year. And we have our 2 Hot to Farm class, which is brand new to Midwest Tractor and Truck Pulling. We have our Barnyard Gas Truck class, our Outlaw Diesel class, Street Diesel, 9,500 pound farm, and altered farm.
That's in Racine County. If you don't know where that's at, it's the very, very, very southeast corner of the state?
Yes, it's located in Union Grove, Wisconsin, at the Racine County Fairgrounds.
All right, thanks for chatting with us, Anna. We're glad that somebody has a basic set of rules for this outlaw diesel class that's coming up October 8th in Richland Center. It's $1,250 purse, and I've talked to you about this. That's a pretty big purse for that class. So
Correct. It is. We actually, some of the Midwest group is actually going to go up there. We'll be up at Richland Center October 8th as well to cheer on the class. So
I can promise no matter what, there will be plenty of beer.
right. I hope so, because I'm coming.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Anna.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Brandon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was Anna Thomas with the Midwest Truck and Tractor Pullers as they get set to conclude their season this weekend down at the Richland County Fair. Fall Harvest Days, I believe, is what they said on their Facebook page. You can check them out. Just search them on Facebook, Midwest Tractor and Truck Pullers. And
yeah, if you get a chance, if you go to one of their polls and you get a chance to talk to Anna's dad, Denny, he can talk about tractor pulling for hours. He's quite an interesting guy. He's been around the sport for 40 plus years.
yeah, shout out to the Red-Blooded Binder out in
That's Phil
Pennsylvania.
Kelly.
Yeah,
That's
checking in with us.
Phil Kelly's my favorite because he's pretty much a hometown boy because I'm from that part of Pennsylvania. So Phil's watching. Chuck's still hanging in
Yeah,
there
I think
somewhere.
Chuck's still somewhere. He was talking about they also got in at Darien. They had a pull down there on Saturdays, which is
where is Darien?
that's in Walworth County as well.
All
So
right.
right before you get to Elkhorn. So I think the southern and southeastern part of the state of Wisconsin was pretty well. They didn't get as hit as the western and southwest Wisconsin in terms of the amount of rain that we received early or middle of last week. And we have actually some pictures. It was the Richland County Fair, or maybe more of
Richland County flood.
yeah.
Maybe.
If you're unfamiliar with the Richland County Fairgrounds, the fairground sits alongside the Pine River, and the Tuesday night into Wednesday, just north of Richland Center, they received 7 to 8 inches of rain, and of course the water has to go somewhere, so it eventually moved its way south. And so here's just some of the pictures. The Richland County Fair was supposed to take place last Wednesday through yesterday, and as far as I know, none of the grandstand events got in. Maybe the harness racing on Sunday, but at least the demo derby and tractor pulls were all canceled. Obviously, as you'll be able to see with the amount of water that we have here at the fairgrounds. This picture is showing that that's the red fence along that goes into the grandstands and into the actual racetrack area. And you can kind of see how high the water up with that dumpster is sitting there. The next picture, this is going to be which is the horse arena, and then along that tree line is actually where the Pine River would normally be at. And as you can see, the whole horse arena and area is underwater. So this is showing, this is where they, anyone showing cattle and other animals where they'd wash them down, and actually the milking parlor for them for the milk judging. What this actually shows that it actually was receded, but the water was actually in that area as well. And so this is actually looking at one of the entrances for if you have cattle and trailers. So that would be the parking, and if you've come to like Hybrid Redneck Rally in the past or the spring where they've had the demo derby and in the mud racing, that'd be like towards the end of where they would come out, and then they would turn. That road is part of where you'd park.
There's a good 3 or 4 feet of water in a lot of those places.
Yeah, and as you can imagine, parking, they actually ended up having to park people at the high school on the other side of town and shuttle busing them into the fairgrounds because there was no way that anyone could park. And so this next picture is just showing, again, you see the cattle building in the back. That's the big white building. And the show barn is the grayer area. And then this is where normally the people will be lining up for the Richland County beef producer stands. And just one final picture here. We thought that we seen. This is part
Keller.
of the beer money polling team. Ryan Keller.
Ryan Keller. He's on the pit crew for the Remedy. He's standing on an island out, surrounded by water.
Yeah,
at the fairgrounds.
I think he might be calling Jason Schultz for help.
He might be. It would have been a great great time to have kayak races at the
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. Or maybe the first annual boat races at the Richland County Fair.
it's-
So
If you had a skidoo, you would have been in good shape down there.
yeah, they could have. Yeah, so unfortunately for the Richland County Fair this year, this is the first time that the fair has ever been flooded. Now, the fairgrounds have definitely been flooded before because it does sit basically right along the Pine River, and so anytime we do have massive amount of rain, that area is just going to naturally flood. It's
Designed that way.
Yeah, and so unfortunately, the rain came at the worst possible time for the Richland County Fair.
They got 8.5 inches of rain in Maybell, Minnesota on Wednesday, and they canceled the Saturday pull right away. They weren't even going to attempt
Yeah,
to
if
let
you've
it
ever
dry
been
out,
there,
so
yeah, it would have been just as bad as the Richland County Fairgrounds. There's no way they would have had time for it to definitely dry out because it sits. You have a hillside, and then the poles track, and then all the parking and where they put the steam and gas show as well is right in that drainage area. So it's just no way for that to dry out, and that was probably a lot for Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, maybe some northern Illinois.
it's been a bad year for steam and gas shows because
Yeah,
Baraboo got flooded
Yep.
at 3 feet of water during their gas and steam show up there. So, I believe if anybody knows of any in October, send them steam and gas shows. I know I'm from Pennsylvania. There's always a bunch of them in October where they do make apple butter and pumpkins and do pumpkin stuff. And so, since tractor pulling season's winding down, anything to do with tractors or trucks, send it our way.
Yeah, we have the Wheels of Time coming up the weekend before. It'll be held at the Richland County Fairgrounds. They'll be during Center Color Fest, so that will be part of that.
Is that where we're trying to break the world record for pumpkins?
That will be during no, that'll be along Crosscut Park, the dike. Actually, I believe they're lining up, and that is closer
to Halloween.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't remember the exact date for that. I'll have to look back on that post that Jason shared.
Richland Center's trying to break the world record for most carved lit pumpkins.
Yeah, so there'll be a line
row.
of people lined up, and then they'll be carving at the same time, I believe. In order to break the world record, they have to. So they're actually bringing in someone from Guinness, and so they'll be, I believe, flying in a helicopter.
I know it's several thousand pumpkins is the record.
Yeah, I believe.
To break, so.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and get 3,000 people. So I'm trying to think. If just search Jason Schultz's Facebook page, he has
There's
a
a
link.
Facebook page for the world record. I have to
So if you
find
want to be part of a world record and come up to Richland Center,
if you would like to donate some pumpkins, I'm sure that they would be much appreciated.
yes,
3,000 pumpkins aren't easy to come by, I would imagine.
yeah. So that's like 3/4 of the size of Richland Center that we're gonna need.
I'm betting with a hole saw and a sawzall, I could carve some pumpkins pretty quick. So.
I don't know if there's a time limit. I think it's just a matter of people. Because I believe right now, when I was reading the posts, Japan has the world record. They have like 22,000 or 2,500 people, somewhere in that range. So
Lock your doors that night. Through Richland Center.
Yeah, but so going back to the Wheels of Time and Center Color Fest, that's the weekend before the Hybrid Redneck Rally. So that's a great time if you want to come up to Richland Center. And they have the Center Light Canyon of Lights parade at that night.
If you've never been to Richland County, it's definitely some of the most unique topography that you'll find in.
That is the peak time for the leaves. So it's definitely a draw for that to drive around Richland County and the hillsides that we have and the changing of the leaves. And of course, I have to shout out as being part of the UW Richland Alumni Association, we're hosting Brewfest again. So if you want to come out and sample some home brews, and we have some micro brews from Potosi, Vintage, and Ale Asylum in Madison, and the Hillsborough Brewing Company will be coming down. It's free admission, and we just, if you want to make a donation to our scholarship fund, but otherwise it's free admission. We have 9 home brewers from the area participating, and so that's also another event going on with Center Color Fest.
As far as polls this weekend,
Yeah.
Elkhorn Snowdrifters Club has a poll at the Walworth County Fairgrounds. Not sure of the details. I don't think it's sanctioned by any one group. It's You get all the information if you go to Wisconsin Polling Promoters. I know Matt has the flyers up there.
Yeah.
I haven't decided where I'm going this weekend yet, so I haven't really looked.
Yeah, I might actually take the weekend off. There's also the Tri-State Truck and Tractor Pullers. They're concluding their season weather-wise up in Granton, Wisconsin, which is just a little bit north and east Black River Falls. So unlike the last couple of years where Mabel, Minnesota has been their series points finale, Granton, Wisconsin is back on the schedule. So that'll be concluding Saturday. That's a 4 p.m. start with the Tri-State Truck and Tractor Pullers. That's just going off the top of my head what I have this weekend in terms of Wisconsin.
Wheatland.
Yep. So and then on the national scene we have
Wheatland
the pro
and
polling.
Enderley
Yep. So
on the same week.
yeah. So pro polling and NTPA both round out their series finales this weekend. Wheatland, Missouri, and Urbana, Ohio. Of course, Friday night and Saturday night down in Wheatland at the Lucas Oil Raceway Park. I haven't made it down there yet. I'm not going to make it this year, of course, either. But what I've heard is it's quite the party down there in Wheatland. It's quite the unique setup. But from what I've looked at on Google Maps, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere as well.
They have set up for they do drag boat races.
Yep.
They have like special lakes built.
Yeah, it's quite the facility from what I've been told, and hopefully make it down there one of these
they have
years.
a drag strip, I believe.
Yep. And again, Wheatland, maybe a couple thousand people. I don't even know what the population is. It's not very big, from what I've been told.
Maybe next summer. Next summer we're going to try and spread ourselves out beyond Wisconsin a little bit more.
Yep. And then
I don't have any vacation time at work this year. So there was a ton of places I wanted to go. I wanted to get to Canfield. I wanted to go to Shides, but just didn't have the time. Jason didn't have the time. He's got 3 kids that all play sports.
I mean, I was lucky enough last Friday night to make it down to Unionville. Helped Clint out there. Clint Tucker, who is the head of the PPL Western Series. So that they concluded, they have a couple classes Friday night down in Wheatland, and that will be the conclusion of their point series. But again, it had a great time down in Unionville, Missouri, and just across the border with Iowa. So despite the rain, again, we got that in. And then, of course, the 35th annual Enderley Pull-Off for NTPA Regional National. They'll pull Saturday afternoon. And the Grand National, the top 5 in those points classes, will pull Saturday night down in Urbana at the Champaign County Fairgrounds. So that's also on the bucket list to get down to get down to that.
I've never been there. I had friends in Pennsylvania that would drive out there and go and said it's a good time. So.
I mean, you're gonna see the top and the best of the best for NTPA,
the absolute best of the best, and that's it.
Yeah.
They take the top 2 from each region in each class, and they
And
all
then,
go to Urbana and duke it out, and so you get to see the 2 best tractors from North Carolina pull against the 2 best tractors from Minnesota.
you don't need any beer, huh? This is from Independence area, Wisconsin.
That might be Mike Prawn.
Oh, he says send Brandon to Blair, which is just north of.
Mike Prawn. He's trying to get me to come to a blacktop poll. So.
I believe they do have a blacktop pole in
Yeah.
Blair, Wisconsin, which is a little bit north. North of.
I haven't
Cross,
had any beer.
so.
I'm just tired. So. I thought about having one, but I figured I'd fall asleep halfway through the show if I had one. So.
I don't think Anna would have been too happy. All of a sudden, you pass out on her.
Yeah, she wouldn't be.
But yeah, so polling season already starting to winding down. Of course, Badger State will round out their series in a couple weekends down in Monroe at the Greene County Fall Nationals. Jason talked with Mark Hawthorne last week on the show, and of course that's always gearing up. It's a great time down there. Poll starting at noon. It'll be 6 to 7 hours of polling down there. They announced that they added now the light pro class, so they added another class of polling. They won't be running with limited pro. They'll actually be their own separate class, and I believe they'll have 7 or 8 tractors they have committed for that, somewhere in that range. 5 to.
There's quite a few light pros that are in the process of being built, in people's barns and garages and shops, and
we'll see if we get some from different series that are going to come down and pull. We'll see how that goes. With basically the polling season at conclusion, of course, in the Viola, as you mentioned, Viola Horse and Colt Show is also that same weekend. They poll, they've in the past have pulled Friday night and then pretty much all day Saturday as well. They kind of have a break for the parade. That's also a great time over in Viola. That's in west, as far west Richland County as you can possibly go. It's on the border with Richland and Vernon County. So it's a free pull there. They just ask you to patronize the beer stand and food stand, but otherwise you get a full day of pulling.
People really, really patronize that beer stand over there. There's people ask us. I've had, I don't know, a dozen people ask me, "You're going to a pull and it's free." That seems to be a Wisconsin thing.
Yeah, you don't see that. Not too often anywhere else. But
I've been to 8 or 9 polls this year where you did not have to pay to get in, and these places manage to make money not charging admission.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to go to. Usually they end up being quite the party.
Yeah, I mean, Viola is, I mean, I don't know how long that poll's been going on as far as I've been a kid, and the fair itself, Viola has like less than 1,000 people that live there, and I believe it's somewhere between 80 and 90 years that this Viola Horse and Colt Show has been going on. So somewhere in that range, so that just tells you how long that's been going on. They also have horse pulling Saturday morning as well, somewhere Saturday or Sunday morning.
That's big. Vernon County's pretty big in the horse pulling down there. So
I guess
I have never been to a horse pull, and I was meaning to go down to the Vernon County Fairgrounds when they did that $10,000 to win deal down there.
And speaking of this weekend is actually the Vernon County Fair that rounds out fair season here in Wisconsin. They're always one of the last fairs in the state, and so they have a pull Thursday night, I believe, a farm pull, and then they have the tri-state. All the classes there. It's not a points poll for anybody, but if you're in the Viroqua area on Thursday night for the Vernon County Fair, they have a farm poll and the tri-state classes besides Super Pro. So they're gonna have all their classes there, but it's a non-points. Non-points.
That
poll.
is a great pulling track at the Vernon County Fairgrounds. It's an absolute power track. I mean, I went there for the tri-state pull out there, and I was really impressed.
Yeah, it's a speed track too. I mean, they get a lot of speed down there.
They get moving. It's a downhill track, and it's a different type of clay than it's not sticky, but it's tough and it's resilient. And
I believe they're going to have, reading it off of pulloff.com, they're going to have a track just for the antique tractors, and then they're going to have a track for the bigger stuff. So that's going to help move stuff along.
Yeah, that would definitely help move along, because
with all the tri-state classes, they have like 6 or 7 alone, and then they have like 5 farm tractor classes, and then they'll have 5 antique classes as well. Yeah. So
it's a beautiful fairgrounds. It's very open and spread out, and
so if you're looking for something on a Thursday night and you're up in the Viroqua area, check that out. I just thought about that for a poll this week. The Vernon County Fair going on. And Chuck, the Greene County Fall Nationals is the 24th. So not this Saturday, but the following Saturday is the Greene County Fall Nationals for that. And of course, you can buy advance tickets right now. And if you get the advance tickets, you'll be entered in for the drawing. They have, I don't know how many thousands of dollars worth of prizes that they'll be giving away during the Fall Nationals. I think they have like a lawnmower or an ATV or something as the grand prize, and then some local businesses have chipped in, so you can check them out at greencountyfallnationals.com.
Brooklyn was giving away leaf blowers.
Yeah.
It's getting to be that time of year where you're more likely to use a leaf blower than a lawnmower. So
yeah.
That was one of the other free polls. I was trying to think of all the free polls I've been to. Brooklyn was free. Boaz is free. And these places, it's something we'll have to talk about.
And I think they've had 2 polls there at Boaz this year where they were both free.
Two free polls at Boaz this year. We'll have to get, when Jason's around, we'll have to talk about that and discuss that. Maybe get someone on the phone from one of these polls, maybe Brooklyn or somewhere, and see how it works to run a free truck and tractor poll. So
let's see here.
Will they have Miller Lite at Hybrid Redneck Rally? This is Southwest Wisconsin. No, they will not.
Unfortunately, I mean, I support Wisconsin breweries, but the most that gets drink is actually Busch and Bud products. So
Busch Light is flows like water in southwest Wisconsin.
So
Is that Anna? Oh, that's Anna. Yeah. We'll have to get your dad on Anna because
so-
he's quite a piece of polling history.
So I forgot Boyceville, Wisconsin, which is, I believe, like, correct me if I'm wrong, that's I believe central Wisconsin or northwest central Wisconsin.
I'll have to ask Matt about that.
Yeah, so I do remember seeing that on pulloff.com. I believe the FFA put that on, or the fire department, one of the two. So
Yeah, we knew that was Mike. So
yeah, maybe we should talk with Jason about maybe get a variety of different beers. See?
I go
So-
up to Moose Jaw and buy beer in the Dells.
Yeah. I'm a New Glarus Brewery guy, so Spotted Cow, that's my go-to.
I'm a Dells Brewing Company
So,
guy.
yeah. Any microbrew, really. I prefer them over any of like the national beers, but so Boyceville, Wisconsin. So that's up in somewhere in central or northern Wisconsin,
Blair has
somewhere.
a blacktop pole. I don't know what day that is, Mike. I'll tell.
Yeah, well, it's a double. That's probably could be this weekend or the following weekend as well. It's probably coming up. Check out Viroqua as well in Wisconsin. That's Thursday night. Granton, Wisconsin is Saturday night for the Tri-State Truck and Tractor Pullers for a sanctioned pull. I'm not sure if Boyceville, if it's just a local, if they have any clubs there. But they do have a post on Pull Off, so you can check that out. Let's see here.
Friday
Oh,
and Saturday.
So they have a
in
2-day
Blair
poll in Blair.
for Wisconsin. Blair, Wisconsin. It's a blacktop pole.
Yeah,
that'll
so there's a wide
that'll be
variety
a
in Wisconsin.
5 mile an hour antiques, I believe, on a blacktop. So
Yeah, and
5
they
or
might
7.
and with the bigger tractors, they might get them up
Yeah,
a little bit.
they
But
occasionally do pull trucks on the blacktop, which I guess is quite the sight to see. Mike has told
yeah,
me.
I'm not for sure. I don't remember which poll that was where they had that last year.
But they get the tires smoking and squealing.
Yeah.
And,
Because I believe some of the Southwest guys actually went. It was up in northern Wisconsin somewhere, I believe. Hot Farm is open
Hot
speed.
Farm open speed
Oh,
on
geez.
blacktop. That might be some fun right there. So
Yeah, so there's a wide variety if you're in the Wisconsin area. Check out, I mean, pretty much almost any point in Wisconsin has a poll this upcoming weekend. So check that out.
is PI done?
I'm
for
not
the
for
year?
sure if they have any polls left. I haven't really checked their
I know.
schedule
I
out.
believe South Central's done. PI
Yeah,
may be done. MTTVA
South-
we talked about Racine County this weekend.
Yeah, it's for Southwest pollers, I believe Richland County Fair would have been their last points hook, I believe. I can't think of. So I believe their point season is done as well. They had their classes at Platteville, but it was a non-points hook for like the diesel trucks and.
And they were supposed to be at the Richland County Fair on Saturday.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, but they had polled. I believe they were down in Platteville Friday night, I believe. So, that just about does it us for this week. This Monday night for Let's Grow Polling. Hopefully everyone has a great week. Hopefully we can get the polls in this week in Wisconsin. Hopefully Mother Nature's a little bit better.
The weather was looking good for the next 10, 15 days. So.
Yeah, so a lot of great polling still left in the season, and we'll check you out next week.
I'm pretty excited about hoodie weather.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So changing. This is like my favorite time of year. 'Cause
Yeah.
we got the leaves changing up here in Wisconsin. So
it gets cool at night and good time.
it's still very pleasant during the day, but then a nice cool night where you can just relax.
So we're not sure. Believe Jason has a football game next Monday again, but
Yeah. So if not, he'll be with us. Otherwise, we'll be at the helms again. And
I'll think of some people to call, some interesting people this week that we can call, and I'll actually have questions prepared for them. We didn't plan this out
Yeah.
till 5:30 today, so I just kind of called Anna.
Yeah. So thank her
So-
for taking some time and talking about the Midwest Truck and Tractor Pullers and their open diesel class. And
We might try to get her dad on sometime, and hopefully he doesn't take up the whole hour show. he likes to talk, so.
Yeah, so thanks to Joey James for talking with Jason earlier today. And check out his music, joeyjamesband.com. don't forget to check out Midwest Truck and Tractor Pullers. They have a Facebook page. A lot of great polling again this weekend. If you're on the national scene, Pro Polling League and NTPA conclude their seasons, and then up here in Wisconsin, still a lot of great polling, and I'm sure across the Midwest. Keep sending them in, and we'll get those advertised for you on beermoneypolling.com and the Facebook page as well.
Yeah, send in your pics and videos from polls. I know people are got to be sitting on cell phones full of polling pictures and cameras and stuff. Send them in to us. We have 218 gigs worth of pictures and videos in our shared Dropbox, and we would like to add to it. We have a terabyte that we can fill up, so send them in. We'll get them up.
We have a whole winter.
My pictures and videos can't last the whole winter, so we really are counting on you guys, as we've always had. That's what Beer Money Polling Team page started as, is we want the fans to send in their pictures of their tractors and them having a good time.
Yeah, we obviously can't be everywhere at one time, so that's how we get where we need.
We had some issues with some people that with people sending pictures in that weren't theirs. So that's why you see a lot of my pictures with the Beer Money logo in, or my brother's with the Beer Money logo in. But send them in. Don't send us a copyrighted photo. Unless you know that the person doesn't care. We know most of the professional polling photographers, and they don't care, but someone that's unknown to us, we can get in a little trouble for that. But send them in, and we'll determine whether or not we can post them. And the video the guy sent us of the John Deere with duals, I don't know if you've seen it. It's got
I haven't
went
got a chance to
crazy.
see
It's
that
got
one yet.
150,000 views or something the other day. Somebody sent us that. That was great. He said it was out of field farm stock class.
Oh,
It
jeez.
definitely was not out of the field. But,
No.
send us your pictures, your videos. We'll go through them. If we don't answer your messages, remember, we're not sitting naked in our mom's basement. We have real jobs. I try to.
Well, we can't speak for Jason.
Yeah, well, Jason probably sits naked in the basement down here, but we don't. We go to Ryan and I go to work every day. Usually every couple of days I try to go through all the messages and download all the videos. It's hard to respond to everybody. It really is. With 513,000 fans, you can imagine the number of messages that we get. So
Good job, Chuck. 80,000 on his live feed this past weekend.
all right.
So
Good
keep
man,
it
Chuck.
going. Yeah. So that's what we need for this to continue to
There
grow.
was good cell phone coverage in Platteville, and we're thankful for that. So.
Yeah. But so for Jason and Brandon, I'm Ryan, and we'll join you next Monday night right here on Let's Grow Polling.